Garmajoba. Brian Kimball here with Georgia Real Estate. Today we're going to look at part 3 of a multi-part series of what I look at for in buying property or houses in Georgia, what you might be interested in, or what you may expect when you're looking for property. So first we'll start with the full video. It's a short video of the same property we've been looking in the past two videos. And we're going to be on the outside still, taking one more look at the yard, and we'll after the video we'll do a play-by-play. I'll do a frame-by-frame, and we'll look at a few things. I'll talk about a few things, and then we'll finish up. Okay, let's take a look. So you can see in your first picture here, this is the driveway. It's a typical driveway. They tend to pour concrete slabs like this. I guess it's better than the old tarmac driveways, but I don't know if you can see, if you look closely, there's metal posts here. These ones are quite old. Some of them have been cut. What those are is most people grow grapes at their house. So they make like a trellis over the driveway so they don't lose any space. And then the grapes grow over where you would park your car in the driveway. So it makes a little shade for the car. You have more space to grow your grapes. Everyone likes to grow grapes. Everyone likes to make their own wine. And you don't waste any space. So it's good. Even if you have a smaller property, you can still grow grapes and enjoy. So in the second picture here, this is the yard. This is another reason why I like the house. You can see the walls are about 2 meters tall. They're made of stone. A lot of walls there are made of stone. You can make your walls out of anything if you don't have walls, or tear down walls or whatever you want to do. That's why sometimes it's good to buy a very old property so you can build the way you want it. And when you want it, if you have a little bit of money or no money, or you want to do a little bit at a time, or as a hobby, you can do what you want. You can see in the corner there's a couple of casks where they, that's how they make the wine in Georgia. So sometimes on the properties, especially as old property, if it's bigger, I'll just call them barrels. They tend to be very heavy, sometimes very brittle. So they don't tend to move them, or if they're broken, they're not going to move them. But they kind of make a good decoration in the yard or in the house. Or some people have cellars in the house. You can buy a house with a cellar, have those in there. And they tend to be, like I said, too big, or maybe if they're very old, too brittle to move. So you get your own things to make wine with. Here's another view. We're looking at the, again, you can see the barrel where they make the wine. We're looking towards the front gate. That wood, or the rust colored, that's actually a steel fence. And there's opening to the left of it, that's the doorway. That's where you would drive your car through to get onto your property. And then our next picture, we have, there's another view looking, this is part of the property too. This property is over 2,000 square feet. I forget exactly now, but this is the property that comes with the house next to the house. And you can see it's a big open space there. You can make a garden there. You can put some animals in there. You just have if you have kids, you can have your kids play there. So many opportunities. You can build another little house there or sauna, like I mentioned earlier. The building across, that's the neighbor. So that next door neighbor is quite far. So you don't have to worry too much about your neighbors. That's always a good thing. You never know what you're going to get. Say good fences make good neighbors. And then the last picture here, that's out towards the fence looking towards the house. And you can see there's a tree there. There's quite a few trees on this property. Most properties do have trees, mostly fruit trees, or either fruit trees or nut trees, but they're a tree that you can get something out of that is going to produce for you. And actually some of the old branches you could use. Most houses have fireplaces. This one has a fireplace that we'll see later, which is another reason why I like this house. You may want a house with a fireplace, you may not. There's pros and cons with it, but that's up to you. But this one does. But anyway, you can use the branches to make your fire, to burn your fire, keep you warm. So there you have it. So that's the video on the outside. Take a little more specific look at a few things. Show you a few things, how typical most yards are like this. Most driveways are like this. Not all properties are this big. Even sometimes you go out to the country, there's a lot of country houses, especially depends if it's a better area, that the property may be only 500, 600 square meters. And it's kind of, for me, it doesn't make much sense, even though it's maybe a better area, worth more money, to live out in the country and have a small piece of property. So properties I look for, usually I like to try to make the minimum of 2,000 square meters of property, not talking about the house itself. And the bigger the better, I think. Sometimes the bigger properties that are cheap tend to have not such nice houses, or very old houses, maybe need a lot of work. But there are plenty of houses with plenty of properties with big houses that are nice houses, and you can pay a lot of money for it. So it's kind of up to your budget, what you want to do. For me, this is kind of a hobby where I can get an older house, fix it up, increase the value, kind of give me something to do, keep me busy, and it makes me happy. So let me know what you think. If we're going to get deeper into this house in the next couple of videos, but this is basically a typical house, not in Tbilisi or in Batumi, but outside in the suburbs or some of the other bigger cities other than those two. So it's just give me an idea. Older house, needs a little fixing up. Do you like it? Would you want something like that? Do you want something better? You want a bigger yard? Maybe people want a smaller yard, so less yard work. I don't know. Up to you. You could just throw a goat in the yard and they'll eat all your grass and all your the bushes you don't want. But there you have it. Thanks for watching.